With you in 15 minutes. All right, well, Nicole talked about President Obama's speech tonight, but many are asking, can it live up to former President Clinton's speech from last night? And again, will it be as long? President Peter Barnes is in Charlotte talking to another one of last night's speakers. Hey, Peter, it was a solid hour last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, action-packed, Tracy, and we want to continue the action with one of the speakers from last night. His name is Randy Johnson. He was an employee at American Pad and Paper Company in
Marion,
Indiana, which was taken over by Mitt Romney's Bain Capital back then. And in 1994, Randy and 350 of his coworkers were fired from the company, and as a result, he's been out here speaking about Bain Capital. And last night, Randy, you said, I don't fault Mitt Romney for the fact that some companies win and some companies lose. That's a fact of life. What I fault him for is making money without a moral compass. How can you say that?
Well, because I was talking about his business dealings and the way he does business and how many people have been harmed by that. I think there needs to be moral compass in that as well as in your personal life. I also went on to say I didn't think he was a bad man, and I was referring to I think he does good things in his life. So I want to be fair, and I try to be open and honest with people. But I do think in the moral compass side with his business is about creating profits for the most that invest in him. That's it. The rest is a byproduct. He even said that on one of your competitors the other night, that it was a byproduct.
So even though he went ahead in some of the companies that he helped to save and grow, Staples, Domino's, Sports Authority, which created thousands of jobs.
Sure.
That had no basis in morality either, or I mean, because he did create jobs as well, didn't he?
He absolutely did create jobs, and let's talk about Staples. I remember standing in front of Staples in 1994, hand billing when this was going on, trying to get his attention, and I talked to the workers there. At that time, they were low wage, part time, they had no benefits. Unless you were in management, you had to work 2 jobs back then. He was creating those types of jobs. I think it's good that we create those jobs. But what about the industrial jobs that provide more and pay more taxes and drive down the debt?
Just in our last minute here, what do you want to hear from President Obama tonight?
Okay, I think the biggest thing I want to see is a good, solid roadmap going forward. I think everybody's looking for that. I don't believe we've seen it at the RNC. We've got overviews. It's time to get a little more meat on the bones. I personally want to see how we're going to create the jobs. I think the ideal, and being a worker, I tend to look at this, and I don't have anything against wealth. I want to put that on the front end. But I do think that we need to change that tax structure. But I think we also provide big incentives for building things and businesses and growing in our own country, not investing in others. You shouldn't get a tax break for putting in a bank account, and I won't even go into all the offshore stuff.
Okay.
But you should not get a tax break for doing that and investing overseas when you should be getting a tax break for building business in the U.S., right, which provides workers that helps pay taxes.
We appreciate that. Not going to get in the weeds of the tax code right now. And just want to let everybody know, Randy landed on his feet. He's now a big shot at the United Steelworkers.
I don't know how big, but
all right.
we're at least famous down here. So
all right, Randy Johnson, thanks for joining us on Fox.